Hey everyone, welcome back to ChaatNChat. My name is Josh.
Arunsi.
And we're watching RRR. This is part 3. So if you haven't watched part 1 or part 2, then you can go watch those. The link to them is in the description below this video. And then you can join us back here for part 3. And if you haven't already, please consider hitting that subscribe button, the bell icon, turn on all notifications, and upvote the video by slapping the like button.
Make that bastard deal now!
Oh no. Oh.
Oh.
No. Oh.
Wow.
Yes.
You're gonna turn into a martyr.
Yes.
Whoa. Use what you got.
ఈసారి గన్స్ కన్సైన్మెంట్ డెలివరీకి నిన్నే ఇన్ఛార్జిగా నియమించారా?
ప్రతి చేతికి ఆయుధం ఇస్తానని మాటివ్వు.
And then maybe he could get the heck out of this place.
భీమ్కి ఎల్లుండే ఉరి శిక్ష. ఆ స్థలాన్ని జైలు నుండి మార్పించాలి. యమునా నది ఒడ్డుకి. ఉరిని బయటికి మార్పించడం ఏంటి? అక్కడి నుంచి అయితేనే భీమ్ని తప్పించగలుగుతాను. భీమ్ని తప్పించడం ఏంట్రా? అలాగే మళ్ళీని తప్పించాలి. భీమ్కి అప్పగించాలి. 15 ఏళ్ల నీ కష్టానికి ఇంకో 25 ఏళ్ళు భరిస్తాను. కానీ నా ఆశయం కోసం భీమ్ని బలి కానివ్వను. బాబా ప్రతి మనిషికి ఒక ఆయుధం ఇమ్మన్నాడు. ఈ రోజు భీమ్ ఆవేశం ప్రతి మనిషిని ఒక ఆయుధంగా మార్చింది.
Oh, that's a great way to look at it.
Yeah.
Okay.
చాలా ప్రమాదం. ప్రాణాలు పోతాయిరా.
ఆనందంగా ఇచ్చేస్తాను బాబాయ్.
I want the best hangman for the job. I want to see his neck drawn out tight and his eyes bulge and pop just before his neck snaps.
వీడిక్కడికి ఏ పిల్ల కోసం అయితే వెతుక్కుంటూ వచ్చాడో ఆ మళ్ళీ కళ్ళెదురుగానే వీడిని ఉరితీద్దాం సార్. I see you've learned the ways of the Empire, young man.
Disgusting.
So bad.
Yeah.
వాడిని ఇక్కడే ఉరితీస్తే వాడి సమాధి మీద గుడి కట్టి వాడిని దేవుని చేస్తారు సార్. బయటికి తీసుకుపోదాం యమునా నది ఒడ్డుకి. అక్కడైతే ఎవరికి తెలియకుండా శవాన్ని నదిలో పడేయచ్చు సార్.
He's smart. I mean, but he's been doing this for what? They said 15 years?
Yes.
He rigged the gun. Oh, all the guns.
What are you doing? Stop it! Get back!
Nice.
Wow, he got so lucky with that.
Try.
This guy's like really suspicious.
Yeah. Oh dang.
Whoa.
Oh, he's gonna grab the gun in mid-air, of course.
Suspended.
What?
What? Where did he even shoot that car? I guess.
Tired?
Bring me those treacherous scum alive, or I will skin every last one of you!
Oh, broken neck. Oh, Oh no. He saved him from that other guy.
Yeah, but he didn't know. It looked like
yeah.
he was aiming the gun right at the girl. And you have to think like, oh, he didn't.
Just beside him. Yep.
He's clearly injured and beaten up. What does he think that he was running from?
Yeah.
సీత పుస్తకం ఎప్పుడు నీతోనే ఉంటుంది.
ఊరందరికీ మాటిస్తున్నాను, విప్లవం కోసం ఉరకలేస్తున్న ప్రతి చేతికి ఆయుధం సంపాదిస్తాను. తర్వాతే మళ్ళీ ఈ గడ్డ మీద అడుగు పెడతాను. తల్లి గోదావరి మీద ఆడ.
Oh, there's some epic shots.
That's like beautiful.
We are very close, sir.
ఇంకెంతో కాలం కాదు సార్. వాడు తప్పించుకున్న ప్రదేశం నుంచి పారిపోగలిగింది కేవలం ఆగ్రాకి మాత్రమే. ఊరు మొత్తం చుట్టుముట్టాం. ఈ ఒక్క ప్రాంతమే హత్రాస్. మాక్సిమం 1-2 రోజుల్లో వాడు మన గుప్పెట్లో ఉంటాడు సార్.
Keep at it.
ఆ పని మీదే ఉండండి.
Meanwhile,
ఈలోగా మన స్పెషల్ గెస్ట్ ఒకసారి కలిసి వద్దామా?
just a visit, shall we?
He's been
Tortured.
for months.
మీరు చెప్పినట్టే వారానికి ఒక్కసారి భోజనం పెడుతున్నాం. ప్రాణాలు పోకుండా జాగ్రత్తలు తీసుకుంటున్నాం.
Oh.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
doing
sure.
pull-ups.
Turned it into a personal gym.
Exercising with only days to live. What do you hope to achieve?
Oh, just one goal in mind.
Still chasing your impossible dream, even with death staring you in the face.
నా ఒంట్లో ఆఖరి రక్తపు బొట్టున్నంత వరకు.
Is that so? Let's see how you move after this.
Oh man.
Crippling his legs. I don't know. If I was this guy, I would be. I'm keep a guy like this alive, and he's definitely gonna come back for you.
ఒకటే జాగలో ఎన్ని దినాలు ఉండడం మంచిది కాదు. నడిరి దాటంగానే వెళ్ళిపోవాలి. దారి దొరుకుతుంది. మస్తు కష్టమైతుంది. ఒక్క తిండి గింజ కొందామని నా వశపడతలేదమ్మా.
ఈ నేరస్తులు వాళ్ళకి విధించిన శిక్షను తప్పించుకొని తిరుగుతున్నారు. Wake up! Get out! Search everywhere!
అటు నడులే.
Oh, Sita.
Dang, in the same place?
అయ్యా కొంచెం సాయం చేయండి అయ్యా, మా వాళ్ళని ఆసుపత్రికి తీసుకెళ్ళాలి. మసూచి సోకింది.
ఏంటి?
మసూచి అయ్యా, మసూచి.
That's smart.
They have smallpox, sir.
Are you sure?
Masuzi is smallpox, sir. The place is infected. Everyone out.
దండం పెడతాను, కొంచెం సాయం
Get away
చేయండి.
from me, you disease!
Oh.
Oh.
అమ్మా
పర్వాలేదండి.
మసూచంటివి ఎవరికి తల్లి?
ఎవరికీ లేదండి. పోలీసు వాళ్ళని తప్పించడానికి అలా చెప్పాను.
ముక్కు ముఖం తెలవని మా కొరకు ఇంత సాయం చేసినావు. ఎవరి తల్లి నువ్వు?
నా పేరు సీత. మాది విశాఖపట్నం దగ్గర. మా బావ కోసం వచ్చాను.
గట్లనా? మీ బావేడు ఉంటాడు?
ఢిల్లీ అండి. బ్రిటిష్ వాళ్ళ దగ్గర పోలీస్ ఇన్స్పెక్టర్గా పనిచేస్తున్నాడు.
Dun dun dun. He recognizes that immediately.
కంగారు పడకండి, మా బావ చేస్తోంది ఉద్యోగం కాదు, ఉద్యమం.
I love this, like the little snippets, and they
Yeah.
it's like her retelling the story.
Yep.
రామా, మన లక్ష్యం కోసం ప్రయాణించేటప్పుడు దారిలో అగ్నిగుండాలు నా దాటుకుంటూ వెళ్ళాలి.
You thought you could take on us? Huh? See the doctor.
Yeah, after he killed like single-handedly like dozens of your men.
Yep. Oof.
They're-
Oh.
he strapped the sticks. That bullet was very expensive for them.
Yep.
Speechless.
బందుకులు దొరకబట్టిండా అక్క అనుకున్నది చేతి దాకా వచ్చిందమ్మా కానీ దానికోసం తన ప్రాణ స్నేహితుడిని తెల్లవాళ్ళకు అప్పగించాల్సి వచ్చింది కుమిలిపోయాడు చేస్తున్నది తప్పో ఒప్పో తెలియడం లేదని నాకు ఉత్తరం రాశాడు ఏవైతే అదైందని తన స్నేహితుడిని రక్షించుకోవడానికి నిర్ణయించుకున్నాడు కానీ ఆ ప్రయత్నంలో దొరికిపోయాడు
I bet he's feeling pretty guilty now.
ఉత్తరం రాశాడు 2 రోజుల్లో ఊరి తీస్తారంట
Oh no.
నేను మల్లి కోసం వచ్చిన ఈ బావ మట్టి కోసం వచ్చిండు ఈ చేతులతో కొడుతుని ప్రాణం ఇచ్చిన దోస్తుని సావుకు వదిలేసి వస్తుంది.
It's okay, bro. You didn't understand. I get it.
రామయ్య కోసం సీతమ్మ దేవులాడకూడదు సీతమ్మ దానికేగా రామయ్య రావాలి.
Yeah.
నేను దొరికొస్తా.
Do you know about the Ramayana? The epic? So Ram and Sita?
Oh.
This is the whole barracks. The jail is at the end of the barracks. Be careful, please.
Oh, he's got the inside lady.
Mm-hmm. Which one?
Oh. It says the tapping.
Mm-hmm.
భీమ్
Is that the beat of that song they were dancing to?
I think so.
That's cool.
ఎందుకు వచ్చావు భీమ్ నా తప్పు చేసిండే నువ్వు చేసేది గొప్ప త్యాగమని తెలవక నిన్ను గిట్లా ఊరుకోరా భీమ్
Your girl.
సీత కనిపించిందా కళ్ళు తెరిపించిందన్నా
Wow.
Oh. Dang, he's loud.
Yeah. The stealth mission is over.
Yeah. Oh yeah, let's go.
Oh, because they already foreshadowed that with him doing the squats.
Yes. He's gonna jump out of there.
Oh,
The shadow?
the
So cool.
Yeah. I love that. Like he reached up to stabilize him, and so he grabbed him with this hand. And that was a really cool detail. Caterpillar
together.
style.
Yes. Oh yeah. What?
Yes. Wow, so cool.
Oh my god.
Oh, right over the wall.
What's going
ఏం
on?
జరుగుతుంది
నేను రావటం కొంచెం ఆలస్యమైంది సార్ వాళ్ళు తప్పించుకున్నారు
They've done what?
కానీ ఇంకా మన బ్యారక్స్ లోనే ఉన్నారు
గుడ్డిగా వాళ్ళ వెనక వెళ్ళొద్దు స్పెషల్ ఫోర్సెస్ తీసుకెళ్ళు
Oh, and one more thing.
ఇంకో విషయం పాయింట్ బ్లాంక్ రేంజ్కి వెళ్ళేదాకా షూట్ చేయొద్దు.
That's a interesting command.
Yeah, he's so like precious about his bullets, but then they're like shooting them. Like,
Yeah, that's true.
yes, get them. So cool.
Whoa, that's
Special force. Oh no.
wow, covert ops there.
Oh, that is
So cool.
She doesn't even notice. It's like whoa.
Do not let them escape! More troops are on the way!
Edward!
Oh.
కన్న తండ్రికి మాటిచ్చాను ప్రతి చేతికి ఆయుధం ఇస్తానని.
Oh.
Oh. He's got the hair and everything.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Oh.
Oh, and they're all wearing twigs and stuff that would light up real quick.
Oh yeah. Cool.
Huh?
Bounce off like stick.
Oh. To get beam a weapon and join the fight. Oh.
Oh, epic.
What? Sting!
Oh no. Yes, smashed by bike.
I thought he was gonna flip the bike in the air and have it land on and jump on
Ride
it.
it, yeah.
Oh.
భీమ్ కుంభస్థలాన్ని బద్దల కొడదాం పదా.
It's a little heavy. Taking two people out.
Yep. Oh.
Flying gas bomb.
Yes! Get him! Smash.
No, didn't quite make it.
Oh, into the ammo room?
TNT. TNT. Oh. And they, like, I love that look on their face because they're like, dude, you missed.
Yes.
They're like, no, we got
No.
exactly what we're going for.
Oh, yes.
Flying like ragdolls. Do you think part of that was like a miniature? Like, not this one, but the one before that. It almost looked like
When the people
they
are
were blowing up a little miniature thing.
maybe. Oh, she's bleeding on him.
Oh, I want her to die a much worse death than
A little
that.
slower death, but
Yeah. Well,
oh, that got wrapped up in that. That was kind
well, hopefully that's what.
of yeah. Oh yeah. Pillars are freaking. Yeah, he's like throwing.
Hercules.
Okay.
Oh. Oh yes. You gotta throw it back in his face.
మీ ఇంగ్లీష్
ఇంగ్లీష్ ఓడల్లో సప్త సముద్రాలు దాటొచ్చిన ఇంగ్లీష్ బుల్లెట్ స్కాట్ మా నల్లవాళ్ళ ప్రాణాల కన్నా విలువైన బుల్లెట్ తిరిగిచ్చే భీమ్ గుండెల్లో దాచుకుంటాడు.
This is the perfect way for him to die.
Yes.
Shoot!
Oh, yes.
Wonderful blood
Love that.
effect. Yeah. He said he'd bring him back.
Mm-hmm. It's all dressed up.
Yeah, Ram and Sita. Oh, this is a cool set.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is that Bhagat Singh? Or Udam Singh? I don't know. I'm still learning. This August is the Independence, right? August 15th. And so this month, Miguel and I are going through all the different freedom fighters and learning about them, because there were a lot that took part in the whole. Oh, so cool.
That's awesome.
All right. So it was just as epic as people were saying it was.
Yeah.
It did not disappoint. As I was like saying during the little break that we took, it has everything. It had a little bit of romance, it had action, the comedy. You know, it was good. It was really well done. What were your thoughts and opinions?
Absolutely. I think it was, there wasn't a moment where not entertaining at all. I feel like all the elements and all the scenes built up to like such a good like story. And also I did not mind like the brotherhood and like the friendship that they put emphasis on that. And it's just so nice because I think a lot of films really rush characters like chemistry and like connection, and this really kind of like hit home of like that like brotherhood and like that kind of shared goal in terms of like freeing India. And so I really liked it. I feel like it was a really full like encompass of like getting that kind of, and like the shots were really good, the music was really good, you could really tell when characters were in love or like had that like torment. So I don't know, overall it was like fantastic. Yeah, my friends have been telling me about it and I was like,
It's daunting to look at it, because when you're looking for a movie to watch and you see a movie that says 3 hours long and you're like, I know my friends said it was really good, but a 3-hour movie. But what you said about that there wasn't a moment that you weren't entertained, that's saying something to keep someone entertained for a full 3 hours.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's an accomplishment in itself. I agree what you were saying about that character development, because they really did. They first established each one individually, and they established what their connection was, what brought them together, and what brought them together was saving this boy, right? That's initially how they met. That, I think, is almost a symbolism as them working towards this common goal of saving their country, their countrymen, even though they had a different way of doing it, right? One guy was on a motorcycle, the other guy was on a horse, right? And so those are very different. They're both modes of transportation, but they're very different in themselves. They have the same idea, just a different way about doing it. And so many of those shots that we saw them bonding, they were always like kind of separated and yet together, whether it was separated by the fence or whether it was separated by like what they perceived their communities to be. Yeah, I love all of those little details about it. I'm not so sure about the water and the fire, unless that's another one of those things that is basically saying like, well, these are kind of two opposites, but they're both elements of like Mother Nature or something, that because water is actually can be very destructive too. It's the universal solvent, right? Because it can erode basically everything.
Yeah. No, I really like the symbolism and like the imagery that represents both of them. One, I guess like his motivation through fire, like seeing how like his dad kind of like sacrificed himself and he like rebirthed through fire. And the other guy who's like from like Mother Nature and from like the jungle, and like water is life. So there's like these like two elements that, you know, yeah, you're right. There's a juxtaposition of like they should not match, but when they fight together, it's so fluid. Like they're throwing elements of things together.
Yeah.
It's just like the moment they first saved that boy, they were like, oh, we're like vibe, we're together, you know?
They had those
And
vibes, yeah.
yeah, so I don't know. I really like great character development, great use of like foreshadowing and also like flashback imagery too. Like it didn't feel like an overkill. Like they really gives hints of it, and you're like, okay, there's something more about this character. Like what is going on with like, you know, after the break, and then the next sequence where it was all flashback. It was really, really good. And you were talking about like the oh, I'm blanking on the word now, but there's a word where they like cut multiple shots together to make a not a sequence.
Oh, like a montage.
A montage, yeah, which was really like cool and really nice too. To kind of like be like. Now
Use
we're
that
back
as a storytelling sort of like, so instead of her narrating the entire story, it uses like little flashes of the story and gives the audience the idea that, oh, she's telling them all of this. And at the very end of that sequence, it takes us back into the story where we left off to show what ended of his dad, how his dad ended. Because before that, I was just recalling, like, as they were showing the flashbacks, I'm like, wait a second, yeah, we never finished that part of the story. And then as she got to that part of the story in those flashes, then it went into the rest of that flashback to give us the rest of the answers. Speaking about callbacks and foreshadowing, him doing the squats with him on his shoulders in the beginning when they're becoming friends, and then later on that becoming a pivotal moment to break him out of jail. And that whole sequence of them breaking out of jail was something I've never seen in film before.
It's so badass.
Like they were fully connected. They were so much one being that one guy was the legs, the other guy was like the upper body and the, you know, arms and whatnot. And they were just like working together so fluidly. It's like, you know, one of those three-legged races that you have to just be completely in sync with your partner.
Absolutely.
And, you know, so it was really impressive. That scene alone just gave goosebumps, and I was just like, yes,
it was
the great
so
escape.
Cool. Yeah, like the choreography was amazing in that sequence for sure. I'm curious to even watch it a second time just to see if there's other hints and notes that like I might have missed for like the foreshadowing, but like a lot of it, like a lot of the imagery in it was so iconic that like stuck with our head, like the squatting thing, like really like stuck with us. There's a lot of really cool shots playing with light and shadow that's like really badass too. So it seemed like they had like a lot of fun kind of like being like, this is such a cool shot. It's like there's so many cool shots.
And it really shows the planning that the creators had to go into this to make so many things throughout the movie that just is going to become like cohesive at the end, by the end. And so it's like littered with all these breadcrumb trails leading you to the eventual answer. Yeah, but with the lighting and the shadows, that one where it revealed him in the Ram's clothing and the bow and the arrow and the light behind him and the silhouette, I was just like, this is the coolest representation of Rama I've ever seen in film. Because I've seen a few adaptations, and I'm just like, they just never really get the vibe right. This was like 100% the coolest vibe, and how he was moving through the forest, and the arrows were just coming out of nowhere. Like, those British were just like, what do they call it? Like fish in a barrel for that guy.
Yeah. No, I was thinking about it too. I feel like every single kind of like story plot is like wrapped up nicely, except maybe what's that guy's name? Jake, like dancer guy. Like what happened to him?
Jake just got really upset, and then now
His
what
ego.
would have been fun at the very end if we would have seen Jake like taking Bollywood dance lessons,
Seriously,
or Jake taking like you know, dance lessons or something, and to learn that dance at the end. That would have been funny if he's like, man, I just gotta like, you know, I know flamenco.
Yeah.
And you know,
He's so cool.
Jake
like,
was so
tap
over
dancing,
the top. I don't know if they meant it, but that lady was such a snake lady that everything about her was just venomous. It did look like she had a brutal death. So
yeah, we just didn't quite get the satisfaction of like watching
seeing
it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, have you ever seen, to your knowledge, like a South Indian movie before, like whether Telugu or Tamil or?
No, I don't really remember. I think maybe as a kid once or twice with my parents, but no, nothing like this. This was epic
Yeah.
and like such a good ride. So.
Yeah. So how many pani puri out of 10 would you rate it?
Oh, definitely 12.
12.
Yeah,
Wow. Okay.
I really enjoyed it. So
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Starting you off with a 12 out of
I
10
know,
is
sorry.
pretty awesome.
Breaking
no, I
the
mean
rules
that's
here.
great. No, it's good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean it's definitely, and you know, it's an Oscar-winning film.
cool.
I think that whole sequence, that dance sequence, just was so great
Mm-hmm.
because it said so much in that whole sequence. It showed the problems with the colonization, and it
Mm-hmm.
had symbolism of like what, you know, they thought high culture is, and they're like, wait a second, no, like you don't have like say on what culture is and all that because you're clearly not as cultured as you believe you are
Yeah.
if you can't understand where we come from as well, you know.
Yeah, I also like really liked, you know, being like the play with like multiple languages too. And I kind of miscommunication between the two characters was like really, really nice and sweet. So yeah, like I mean
That was
all the
sweet.
genre. There was like intense action scenes and like kind of like scenes that I kind of grimace too because I was like, that's really kind of like intense and rough. But also
Yeah, the torture scene.
the torture scene
Ugh.
was a little rough. There was a lot of like humor in it, which was like really cool and like inspiring and like a lot of like sadness too. Those moments there that I was like really like choked up. So
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think for a movie that's going to be 3 hours,
they should
you've
do it.
got to do a few different things. Because if it was
Mm-hmm.
one genre, the entire straight 3 hours, it would be a little rough.
Yeah.
You know, if we watched just a gruesome warfare for 3 hours, I think I'd be over it after the first hour, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I could last a full hour of just
Yeah.
gruesome warfare. You know, same with kind of the comedy, because this just wasn't a movie that you'd want all that comedy. It had enough that would be that comedic relief, you know, to kind of dissipate some of the tension so that you don't get overly stressed during this entire thing. That's a classic thing that people have done since Shakespearean
Yes.
times, right? Is to not overwhelm the audience and give a little bit of that comic relief. So yeah, I'm gonna rate this a 10. I'm going to stick on the
Sorry.
no, it's great. I think that's awesome because it literally shows that you thought this was like up and above, and it is. It's a wonderful movie. I really enjoyed it a lot as well. NTR, he is, I believe, is he the son or grandson of, so there's another actor in the film industry that I think it was his I don't know. I'm going to get roasted in the comments because I don't know if it was his dad or his grandpa, but also named NTR. So this guy is NTR Jr.
Oh.
Yeah, so but I do know that his dad or was it his grandpa, I don't know, is a legend and a really big actor too in the genre. But this guy, I mean, he holds his own. He did a really good job. He was the actor Beam. And yeah, but SS Rajamouli, like I was saying before we watched this, he's done a lot of big high-end movies, and Miguel and I have watched a few of his, so I'm very excited to see what he has next for us. You know, how are you gonna top this? Can there be a sequel to RRR? Because like, I don't know, at the end, like it wasn't over. The British were still there.
They're still
The
there.
fight could still happen. Oh, dude, if I saw a sequel to this and I just saw like Rama just like going to town with like maybe a Gatling gun of arrows, like, because that would be
That'd
like
be
a new
cool.
tech,
Yeah.
new tech mixed with like old world and being like, like, oh, anyway.
I mean, it makes sense like if they do one that's like a spin-off on like in the same universe, but like in like a different area or like a different character and storyline, and maybe they cross paths, like, you know. That'd be
Okay,
cool.
a shared universe.
A shared universe,
of Rama and Bhim.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and then maybe the other guy's name could be like Hanuman.
Yeah, I mean Hanuman, you know, like well, that's the thing I was like wondering too, is because when the wind was blowing on him, that's like how Hanuman comes back to life, isn't it? Where like, am I wrong? Okay, because I grew up in Thailand, and so we also learned about Ramakien, and it's like, if there's anywhere like there's wind or air, he's like immortal. And so he can come back to life. And so when Beam was getting blown, I was like, oh, is this like a Param and like Hanuman kind of story?
That's a cool tie. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
I mean, Maybe, yeah.
So maybe, I don't know.
Cool. You guys let us know in the comments what you guys thought. What would your rating be for this movie? I know so many of you were like, why have you not reacted to this movie yet? And I'm going to tell you again, I mean, we tried to months ago, but then we had tech issues and we couldn't release it. So here we are. I'm glad that Arunsi was able to join us today, and we'll hopefully have you back for more. And we'll give you more taste of, so this was Telugu film industry, and so we can try other different flavors around India as well, because they all have their own unique special flavor and just vibes, and you know, and each one brings their own special unique thing to the table. So, all right, guys, and if you haven't already, please consider hitting that subscribe button, the bell icon if you like this video and you want to see more videos like these, then please also upvote this by slapping the like button.